Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Paula Dagnan. Hazleton police believe it was a fight that led to a gunshot and stabbing in one part of the city late yesterday afternoon. Police say they were called to the area of Green and Bennett when they found a 23-year-old and a 34-year-old man grazed by a bullet, the other stabbed in the hand. None of the injuries were life-threatening. Police then tracked a 16- and 17-year-old to a home on East Green Street, and with assistance from West Hazleton officers, both teens were taken into custody. Several others were in the home at the time and questioned about the incident. That investigation is continuing. Both teens, males, are now charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, criminal attempt to commit robbery of a motor vehicle, among other charges. Both juveniles are being charged as adults and were taken to Luzerne County Prison for overnight arraignment. A revolver and knife were recovered after they executed a search warrant in the 100 block of East Green Street. A Hazleton man admitted in federal court to selling heroin. That's according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Pennsylvania. 45-year-old Antonio Perez pleaded guilty Tuesday before a U.S. magistrate in Scranton to distribution of heroin. Perez admitted to selling heroin to another person back in July of 2014 in Hazleton. Perez sold slightly less than 100 grams of heroin, which is equivalent to just under 4,000 retail bags of the drug. When sentenced, the maximum he could face is 20 years in prison, a term of supervised release following his imprisonment, and a fine. A Mahanoy City man is behind bars tonight that after police arrested him on a number of charges. Police were called to the 1300 block of East Center Street, where they found 27-year-old Kyle Ronsky of Mahanoy City. Ronsky was wanted on felony charges of theft and related charges regarding items taken from a residence in the city of Hazleton in late 2017. When Ronsky was arrested, police found him to be in possession of several items of drug paraphernalia. Ronsky was turned over to Hazleton police, and he's currently being held in the Luzerne County Prison. 3 people accused of leaving some dogs outside in freezing cold temperatures while others were in deplorable conditions are heading to court. 70-year-old John Danchko, 55-year-old Michelle Starkey, and 26-year-old Amanda Danchko each face 130 charges after the animals were found in a home in Cunningham Township back in December. All were released after their hearing in Luzerne County and have preliminary hearings set for next month. The dogs are in the custody of Luzerne County SPCA. A mother and her newborn baby from Schuylkill County were killed in a crash Tuesday in Northumberland County. The Northumberland County coroner identifying the victim as 27-year-old Kayla de los Santos of Mahanoy City and her 29-day-old baby, Jonathan. The two were inside a minivan that swerved in front of an oncoming tractor trailer. It happened on Route 54 near Shamokin Tuesday night. 2 other people in the van were injured. Police believe that bad weather played a role in that deadly wreck. A U.S. Marshals Service deputy was shot and killed this morning while serving a warrant inside a Harrisburg home. Police killed the suspect when he fired at other officers. 45-year-old Christopher David Hill was part of a team serving an arrest warrant on a woman when gunfire erupted, according to authorities there. York City police officer Kyle Pitts was injured by the gunfire. Officials said a team of 7 went to the woman's home before sunrise to arrest her on a charge of making terroristic threats with a weapon. The woman, Shyla Lynette Towles Pierce, was being handcuffed on the first floor when gunfire came from the second floor. Deputy Marshal Hill died at the hospital later. Authorities said Pitts required surgery, but his injuries are not considered life-threatening. The suspect's identification has not been released. Another drop in Hazleton crime. That's the word from Police Chief Jerry Spezialy and Mayor Jeff Cassatt. According to stats released by the police department today, major crimes like homicide, rape, robbery, and others are down in 2017 compared to 2016 and 2015. In a statement from Mayor Cassatt, he said in the 2 years as mayor, there was a nearly 40% drop in crime, and violent crime went down because we grew our police department. We focused on community policing. Police Chief Jerry Spezialy adds that I am encouraged by the reduction, but will never be satisfied until we are crime-free and will continue to fight day by day, block by block, in making a safer Hazleton. Coming up on WYLN News, it was a busy night at Hazleton City Council. Our Gary Perna has the details. Plus, we clear up any confusion over Real ID. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. After a single digit or below zero start in some places today, believe it or not, there's a warm-up on the way. Tonight, clear skies with a low of 16. Tomorrow, sunny, the high 35. And look at that. Saturday, even with some clouds, a high of 46 will take it. Sunday, clouds and a high of 43. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Wednesday night, Hazleton City Council met to vote on supporting documents for the 2018 budget. WYLN's Gary Perna was there and has the details.
Hazleton City Council voted to approve a number of supporting documents that go with the 2018 budget. One of those will increase the current property tax increase a little bit more than originally thought. The tax rate went from 5.78 mils to 5.85 mils. With 1.3 mils for debt services, 0.09 mils for recreation, and 4.39 mils for general revenue.
Strict time frame. And it's been so hard for council members because City Hall was closed. I mean, we're all trying to gather information. You know, I think our main concern was, I mean, nobody likes to raise taxes on no one. Mm-hmm. You know, we're trying to keep it as low as possible. And me personally, I mean, I did everything I could to take the sale and the water and sewer off because I do believe that the tax rates that coming in would dwarf the rates that would be charged if we sold our assets.
Council voted 4-1 to approve the ordinance that sets the property tax rate for 2018, with Councilwoman Jean Mope the lone no vote. Gavio said for the most part the 2018 budget is set.
I mean, obviously you've seen the vote on council. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the majority is okay with it, you know, and the mayor publicly and also said he had no intentions of vetoing it. That wouldn't veto. So, looks like, pending, we'll see what happens. Looks like it may become, into effect as soon as possible.
Last Friday, Council voted 3-2 to approve the first reading of the $10.4 million 2018 budget. Council also voted to approve the first reading of an ordinance that enacts a 1.5% real estate transfer tax and an ordinance to collect the earned income tax and per capita tax. They all passed with a 3-2 vote on first reading, with Councilwoman Jean Mope and Allison Barletta voting no. Gavio said after the meeting, no one wants to raise taxes, but something has to be done.
One of my fear was next year they're going to have a major input on our budget. So I had a fear of like what happened years ago of a 46% tax increase, and I thought, well, if we do nothing, we're going to have Pell come in and say maybe because of our inactivity and not trying to move ahead, hopefully it's enough for an EIT tax, maybe it's supplement, people won't be hit by anymore. But I thought maybe if inactivity would happen, they would come in and we'd see for our residents a massive tax hike. Or, much higher than we proposed, which I didn't want to see happen.
The council president said he knows that seniors are struggling, but there is help available.
The hardest thing is our seniors. They're on fixed incomes. I saw our state representative. I saw two tax collectors. I encourage our seniors to go because there's money available for them for help, for tax rebates and stuff, so they're not hit with a big impact.
In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
And the city of Hazleton now has a snow parking ban ordinance. That's because City Council approved the final readings of a revised parking regulations that address where motorists can park during the snow season. The revised rules state that the snow season runs from November 1st through March 31st. When the snow season begins in an even year, motorists cannot park on the even side of the street. The ordinance bans motorists from parking on the odd side of the street when the snow season begins in an odd year. For this snow season, the 2017-18 one, do not park on the side of the street that has the blue snow ban sign and the yellow signs. And maybe if we're lucky, we won't have to worry about it for the rest of the season. The Staples store in West Hazleton closing after being here for 20 years. The last day for the Staples store here in West Hazleton will be March 3rd. Staples officials say they are evaluating store performances, and with customers shifting to online shopping, they're taking aggressive action to right-size retail footprints. Customers can continue to shop at nearby Staples stores in Wilkes-Barre, Bloomsburg, and Cressona. Staples opened its 180 Susquehanna Boulevard location in February of 1998. PennDOT reminding residents that they can still use their current driver's license to enter federal buildings and for domestic air travel. The Department of Homeland Security previously stated that travelers who have driver's licenses issued by a state that is not yet Real ID compliant or hasn't received an extension will need to show an alternate form of acceptable ID by January 22nd. Pennsylvania is under a Real ID enforcement extension from DHS until October 10, 2018. PennDOT expects that Real ID driver's licenses and ID cards will be available by the spring of 2019. Now, if you need more information, just to double check, you can visit penndot.gov/Real ID. Coming up on West Hazleton's New Choice, Mary Malone from the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, our guest on Community and You. Plus, a great time was had by all as we turned the buckle purple for the American Cancer Society. Our Julie Stefanovich shares the highlights. But first, let's take a look at today's winning Midday Lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barbour Ford. 2 great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 19 minutes from Scranton, 15 minutes from Wilkes-Barre, 12 minutes from Old Forge, 18 minutes from Mountaintop, and 28 minutes from Berwick. Barbour Ford in Exeter and Barbour Ford in Hazleton. Start your new car search today at barbarautogroup.com, where nobody sells for less.
Modern therapeutic staff take pride in providing quality care in a professional setting. In-home care for homebound patients and provide free transportation to and from our location. Modern Therapeutics, 1109 West 15th Street, Hazleton.
Valmont Auto Sales. Buy here, pay here with a good selection of clean pre-owned vehicles. Use your tax return and make small weekly payments to fit your budget. Valmont Auto Sales, 34 Susquehanna Boulevard, West Hazleton, 570-501-2626.
And welcome to Community New here on Wyln, everyone. I'm Gary Perrin. I'm very pleased to have with me Mary Malone, the president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, to talk about 2 events coming up here sponsored by the Chamber. And one, Mary, is an interesting one that a lot of people maybe want to come and listen. It's all about safety concerns in worship today. And it's kind of following some things that have happened nationally. And the Chamber's worked along with some great partners to bring this here on January 25th.
We are, Gary, part of the mission of the Chamber is quality of life, and last year there were some incidents on a national basis, some places and location you wouldn't necessarily connect safety concerns or thinking of a group and how best to approach it, or things you should be aware of. So we work with Z Medical on current topics and business education, and on this one we're working closely with the local ministerium. So again, would invite anyone, whether it's a nonprofit group or a community group that has a tendency to gather people in public places, just some things to think about and keep at the top of your mind when you're planning your next event or your meeting and things like that. So
we always hear a lot about national security and large events, but we also need to be mindful of the local things that go on that maybe we don't always think about as our top thing. So this is a good reminder for some of those community leaders and community organization leaders who, like you said, gather in places, for them to kind of just keep these things in the back of their mind.
Right, and again, a little bit of awareness and giving it. So we're happy to be doing that with both the Ministerium and Z Medical.
And that's on Thursday, January 25th, right at the Chamber office.
Correct.
And downtown Hazleton in the Marco building. It's at 8:30 in the morning, and $10 for members, $15 for non-members, and of course all the information on the Chamber website, and they can call you guys for questions.
That's right. And too, Gary, just any of the seminars that we have downtown, there's free parking associated with it, either in the parking garage right behind the Chamber office. So it is convenient. I know sometimes people think, downtown am I going to find, but that we do have that arrangement with the city of Hazleton
Wonderful.
as well.
And right after that, we're getting ready to start our first women's luncheon for 2018.
Yes, and we're very excited and happy that Mary Veronica Sweeney and Allison will be talking about the former Security Savings Building, the new arts building, and there's been lots of work through the last part of 2016 and creeping closer to having that as kind of a cultural center right in downtown Hazleton. So get an update on that.
There's a lot going on. I know some monies are coming in to help get ready for that building to be rehabbed and get the city park involved with it, and all that things are really starting to take shape.
And so, in January our landscape is a little bit grayer, and things like that, but the plans that they have and the color and the fine arts and what they're hoping to do down there. So I would encourage everyone. And the great thing about the women's networking is very much keep it to that 1 hour, and our location is,
should be announced.
I'm not sure, isn't it? I will have to get back to you with an update.
That's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
So again, but we do know the date is January 30th. It's a Tuesday. $18 for members, $15 for non. So get all that into you guys if they want to take part in it. And of course, that's a great way for the women in the Greater Hazleton area to get all the information that's going on and learn about really what goes on in the area.
And we always do a women's resource table at the women's networking. And the other piece is, Gary, you know, the name of the game is always networking and your mini commercials, right? Your elevator speech. And so we always pull 2 business cards for any of those attending and give the chance for those 2 businesses to talk about what they're up to and what's happening in their particular industry as well, too. So great topical, some color and excitement about what's to come in the fine arts area for downtown Hazleton, and then a chance maybe even to brag a little bit about your own business.
Wonderful. And of course, a lot going on at the Chamber, and you can get all the information that Mary and I talk about at the Chamber website, times, location, dates, if there's fees involved with it, where it's going to happen, who's going to be there, all at the Chamber website, and the Chamber Facebook page, and of course you can also just give them a call, their office on Broad Street. Thanks, Mary, for stopping by. Always a pleasure having you.
We'll see you back in February.
I know, can't wait. Thanks for joining us, everyone on Community and You. We'll catch you next time.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Last night, a great time was had by all, a kickoff mixer event for the 2018 Relay for Life of Greater Hazleton. It'll be taking place in June, and our Julie Stefanovich has the details on this year's relay and how you can participate.
Relay, 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 relay.
Organizers and people from the community came out to kick off this year's Relay for Life campaign at the Brass Buckle Restaurant in Cunningham. Paint the Buckle Purple featured plenty of food, drinks, and entertainment. Each year, Relay raises funds to help in the fight against cancer. The 2018 event will take place on Saturday, June the 2nd at the Hazleton Area Track. Committee Chairperson Amy Herbener gave a preview of what to expect.
And it's an all-day event. You can come and teams will have things like tricky trays or different things at their tents. Come walk around the track. It's a community event, meet some old friends, make some new ones, and we'll have different things. We're in the planning stages right now, so I don't have definites, but we usually have food and entertainment and things like that.
Herbener urges everyone to come out and support Relay.
We'd love you to come out. It's a community event. It's one where, like I said, we celebrate, remember, and fight back. We celebrate our survivors. We celebrate overcoming cancer and the victories with all the research and developments. We remember those we've lost, and we get together to fight back against a disease that we're so sick of taking parts of people's lives away, or just a period of their life where they have to struggle with this. And we invite everybody to come out. It's a fun event. Anybody from strollers up to walkers can come.
Signing up for the event is easy. You can visit relayforlife.org or call 570-427-4927. You can register as an individual or a team. Once again, the relay takes place on Saturday, June the 2nd at the Hazleton Area Track. In Cunningham, for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
And really, what good is an event that is to raise money without a good challenge? Well, we found one last night From one mayor to another. We're at the Brass Buckle, and we are here to get ready for Relay for Life. I caught up with Tom and Allison, the mayors, and Tom, you had something you wanted to say to Allison in front of the world. Go ahead.
Okay, first I want to thank Jerry from the Brass Buckle for hosting this event, because it's very important to a lot of people in the area, Relay for Life, and we appreciate his support. And it's very nice to meet the new mayor. It's always nice to meet a mayor that you just know is going to be involved in the communities and going to want to work with other mayors to see good things happen. So I just wanted to throw out that challenge and that invitation that Weatherly, Pennsylvania is having its first ever polar plunge on February 3rd, and we'd love to have the mayor join us if she'd like to. So hopefully by the end of the evening she'll give us an answer.
Mayor?
Well, thank you for that invitation. I would definitely be interested in looking into that polar plunge. And I think I could make a commitment to that.
Great, thank you.
So thank you.
But that wasn't the reason that Tom actually had gotten Allison over here, because you told me that it's about this relay event that you have a challenge.
It is about this relay event, and the challenge is just to try to get as many people as involved as you can, new people. I've been involved with relay for quite a few years, and it's so hard sometimes to bring new people on board. So I'd like your help if you could do that from this end, and me from over in Weatherly on that end. If we could work together and bring new people in and let them know how important it is, because it is so important, and cancer affects every family in this area, and we need to work together to make a difference. So I'm looking forward to working with you on that aspect.
New mayor, new challenge.
And like we said, and he started out by thanking Jerry from the Brass Buckle and his family, Cunningham families, Cunningham groups in supporting the Relay for Life. So I know that our community would definitely be willing to support Relay for Life, and we can definitely get some new blood and some new people involved like you're asking for. Thank you.
All right, Allison, you look right into the camera there and tell Cunningham what you need from them.
Cunningham residents, if you're interested in getting involved in Relay for Life, reach out to myself or reach out to the borough office, and we can get you all of the information you need in order to get involved.
Tom, you do it for Weatherly.
Yeah, you know how to get in touch with me. I'm everywhere. I'm at the convenience store all day long drinking coffee. Stop by. You can ring my doorbell at 243 West Main Street. You can call my home number at 570-427-4927. Get a hold of me. Get involved. It's important. Relay for Life, the Cancer Society will be there for you. You need to be there for them. So let's work together and make a difference. God bless you.
And they also both told me that they will be joining us when we host the telethon for the American Cancer Society coming up in February. Have to keep a close eye on that, Mayor Tom. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Four Blooms is now open, 668 North Hunter Highway in Drums. Tuesday's happy hour from 5 until 8 in the bar area. Every Wednesday from 6 until 10 is martini night in the piano room. Sip and savor, Thursday from 5 until 8 in the bar. And don't forget about Sunday brunch. That's Four Blooms in Drums.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barbour Ford. Two great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 25 minutes from Frackville, 26 minutes from Jim Thorpe, 28 minutes from Tamaqua, 20 minutes from Shavertown, and 28 minutes from Clark Summit. Barbour Ford in Exeter and Hazleton. Online at barbarautogroup.com, where nobody but nobody sells for less.